So yesterday we looked at the best midfielders for a goal scoring threat, and today we will look at the best midfielders for assists, which can be just as important if that midfielder gets enough assists. Coming up next. What's up guys, and welcome to JNO United, bringing you the best in football news, entertainment and games. And today we are looking at the best midfielders for assists in the Premier League. Now there will be some midfielders that don't make this list because they scored more goals, had a higher goal scoring threat, and make sure to check out that video. There'll be a card right now so you can see who the best midfielders are for a goal scoring threat. Today we're focusing on the assists. Before we get into that, if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe for 30 Days of FPL, where I do a video about FPL every single day up until the start of the Premier League on Saturday, the 13th of August. Like the video if you're still proud of me for getting this far and not failing, and make sure to leave a comment down below or send me a message on Twitter at JNO United with your questions, because there will be an episode where I answer your questions on FPL. And let's get into the midfielders with the highest assists, and you know who's first. If you watched last season, Mesut Ozil was the assist king. He played 35 games last season. He got 6 goals, which is a good return for a midfielder, even if it is a little bit modest, but he got 19 assists. There was a part of the season where you could put money on Mesut Ozil getting you some points, getting you some assists, and that made people captain him, because it's a lot better captaining someone that gets 9 points than someone that can get 2 sometimes and then 9 points others. And he created 144 chances for his side. That is incredible. Now, the one thing I would say is if Arsenal got an out-and-out goal scorer, someone that you could put money on to score, someone on the level of Aguero or Harry Kane or Vardy or even Ibrahimovic, if they get a big striker, Mesut Ozil is going to get assists. That's just fact. As long as the chemistry's there, of course. The season before that, he wasn't as good. 26 appearances, he got 5 goals and 9 assists. But I believe Mesut Ozil has come into his own now in that Arsenal side, so I don't think the assist number is going to drop back down to 2014-2015 levels. But if you want a Mr. Consistency, then you're looking at Christian Eriksen from Tottenham. Last season, 35 appearances, he got 6 goals and 13 assists, which is a great return. He's at a modest price as well. He created 114 chances for his side and had 100 attempts on goal. So if this is his season, those numbers could go up. But the thing is, the season before that, he still had that point potential. In the 2014-2015 season, in 38 appearances, he scored 10 goals and got 2 assists. And in the 2013-2014 season, in only 25 appearances, he got 7 goals and 8 assists. So you know you're going to get points with Christian Eriksen. And I believe as Tottenham are keeping Pochettino, probably butchered that, I do believe Tottenham will still score lots of goals, and Christian Eriksen will be involved in some shape or form. It's just whether you can fit him into a side with Harry Kane and Dele Alli in as well. Now, before you guys have a go at me, next player is Dimitri Payet. Good old West Ham t-shirt. Dimitri Payet was a revelation at West Ham, and I'm surprised we got him. I knew he had good goal scoring and assist record from previously, but even I didn't know how good he was going to be in a West Ham shirt. Last season he had 30 appearances for West Ham, and in that he got 9 goals and 12 assists, just shy of getting those double figures on both goals and assists. But on top of that, he created 116 chances for his team. And looking at this West Ham side, I think it's getting stronger, which is great because my wife supports them, which is why I support them, because my team is AFC Wimbledon, so they're not in the Premiership yet. So in the Premiership I support West Ham, and it's exciting times. Stadium move, the boys will want to have a good first season at their new stadium. They've made transfers that could really work well, so West Ham could get stronger, and if Dimitri Payet is still there, he looks like he's just getting better and better. He looked great in Euro 2016 as well, so definitely a potential person to put in your side and score you lots of points. Now, one player I'm looking at very closely is Dusan Tadic. He has looked like a player that could break out and get a massive point total, and it's just falling short a couple of times. But I think this season could be his season. So if it is his season, just remember I said it here first. Last season he got 34 appearances, scored 8 goals and got 12 assists, almost at that double figure for goals and assists, which I love to see in midfielders. So Dusan Tadic could have a great season. The only downside is that team is changing a bit with a new manager, but I just have a feeling Tadic could put in a great season this season, and it's probably going to be a lot more moderately priced compared to some of the midfielders I've already mentioned. Next up for assists was Riyad Mahrez, but I spoke about him in the last video, so I won't go into it too much. I think everyone knows how good he was last season, but just quickly, it was 17 goals and 11 assists. Absolutely incredible return from Riyad Mahrez last season. Now, a bit of a shocker for me when I was looking into this is last season for assists, one of the best players for assists was James Milner. Now, he didn't even really get a look in Euro 2016, but for Liverpool last season, he was consistent and ever-present threat for them, and he should be quite cheap because I don't think it's a player you automatically think of points in the FPL. He had 28 appearances last season and he got 5 goals and 11 assists. Now, as far as pricing goes, I don't think it will be that expensive, and if he can do that again this season, that is definitely good value for money. And then finally for assists, we have David Silva, another player that kind of rescued the start of my season last year. Last season he had 24 appearances, only scored 2 goals but got 11 assists. Now, David Silva is one of those players that can have seasons where he has a good goal threat, and then he has seasons where he's not really got that goal threat. And with Guardiola coming in, I still want to see what happens with that team before I jump on that. I do feel there are certain players that are pretty safe options still. I think Kevin De Bruyne is a safe option as far as Man City players go. I think Guardiola will like Kevin De Bruyne, but that is just my opinion. That's not based on any facts yet. But the season before that, the 2014-2015 season, David Silva had 32 appearances, got 12 goals and 7 assists, which is a great return. And then the season before that, he had 27 appearances, scored 7 goals and got 9 assists, so that's good returns. The only problem with David Silva is his price. The price will probably be higher than the amount of points you're going to get if you put that money on someone else. So I personally don't think David Silva will be a good option unless you're getting him at a time in the season where he's on form. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning into this second part of Midfielders, the assist episode of Midfielders to put into your FPL side. Tomorrow we'll be looking at strikers and we'll be looking at goals, because that's what you want your strikers to do. And there's going to be some very obvious names there. But then after that episode, there will be an episode where I look at people I think could break out this season and have a great FPL season for us, that have kind of teased their potential but have not quite got there yet. These are the players that could win you the league if you pick the right one. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in as always. I've been JNO, you've been awesome, and remember, it's all about the game.